Perek Vav Mishnah Daled, we're carrying on. We're carrying on with the parish of the Chazon Ish, which was the way we explained Mishnah Gimel, and a little variation on the theme. Shtei avonim sha'asom kira. Remember, we know from this perek that a kira doesn't have to be literally a kli cheres, an oval kli cheres. It can also be made of two stones, which are mechuba batit to the ground. These two stones have a shem, a kira, because of the chibur tit at the bottom. So now v'nitmu. This, although it says v'nitmu, it means the whole kira becomes tummy because a sheretz, for instance, was suspended in its taich. Now, before we come on to the next din, let's look at the din of this kira. The kira is tummy, and the stones, the outer walls of the kira, are also tummy. But they're only tummy k'dei shvisa mikan or k'dei shvisa mikan, which means a tefach thick of the stone, which is adjacent to the kira, and on this side becomes tummy. The rest of the stone, which is yosim k'dei shvisa, remains tor. In other words, we're oichlim and mashkim to touch the outside of the stone, which is more wider than a tefach thick, it becomes tor. Okay. Now what you do is, you change this single kira into three kiras by adding another stone on each side. So if these two stones, you change two stones, forming one kira, into four stones, forming three kiras. So shtei avonim sha'asom kira, v'nitmu, samach lezu evan achas mikan, ulezu evan achas mikan. You add another stone on each one. So now you have three kiras. The middle one is the tummy one. Says the Mishnah, chetzir shel zu tameya v'chetzir tahira. Now each stone belongs, the two middle stones belong a bit to the real middle kira, which is tummy, and to the outer ones, which are tahir. So what you do is here, although without not having the outside kira, a tefach thick k'dei shvisa mikan is tummy, because now each stone belongs a little bit to that one, a bit to the middle one, a bit to the outer ones. You split the stone and you say which bit of the stone is used for the middle one becomes tummy because of the middle one, and that bit of the stone which belongs to the outer one is tahor. It's exactly the same case as we had in Mishnah Gimel when it says nitmeis achas menechetzoino and sois hamshameshes hatmea tmea hamshameshes hatoira hatoira. The only difference here the Chazon Ish picks up is that really what the Mishnah should have said was not chetzio v'chetzio, chetzio v'chetzio. Should have said again the same lashon hamshameshes litmea tmea hamshameshes litoira toira, because it's not din chatzi, it's din tashmish, because we say it's not the tefach thick, it's the bit which is meshamish the kira toira, and the bit which is meshamish the kira tmea, the same as we had in Perek Vav Mishnah Gimel. And he says anochanama, that's what the Mishnah means when it says the word chetzi. Actually means the bit which is meshamish. So we're dealing here where the stone is less than 2 tefachim thick, and therefore you can't say k'dei shvisa lekan and k'dei shvisa lekan, because you don't have a k'dei shvisa. You have less than 2 tefachim, less than base shvisas. Therefore you split the stone the same way as we did in the Mishnah Gimel, and you say some of it belongs to the middle Tomei Kira and the other belongs to the Torah Kira on the outside. Nikut Tyrus, of course, if then you remove the Tyrus, Chazra Eilu Tumosa, and you have an esitza of the two outside Kiris, the stones belong completely to the middle Kira, as in the Reisha, and the Kadesh Fisa Mikan and the Kadesh Fisa Mikan, the whole Tefach will become Tomei as it did in the beginning of Mishnah Gimel and beginning, in fact, of this Mishnah itself, Perek Daled, Mishnah Daled, and that's the end, Baruch Hashem, of Perek Vav.